Hello and welcome to another episode of Eric DeWees Drum Talk. I think this is episode 4. Welcome to the woodpile. Now let's get into some lumber. Let's talk sticks. So this should be a much shorter episode than the prior one where I went into this intense, robust history of my learning how to play drums. I'm going to talk sticks today. And specifically, I'm just going to talk about the sticks I play, why I play them, what my experience has been fairly recently with sticks. I'll talk a little bit about what I played as a kid. And then I want to hear from you. Tell me what kind of sticks you play, please, down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you play with most frequently and why, because I might be open to trying some new sticks and going back to the woodshed. So currently, what I've been playing are these ProMark Neil Peart PW747W Shirakashi oak sticks. So they're oak with oak tips. They're strong as hell. That's why I play them. They're not too thick. If you compare the size of these to like a rock stick in hickory or something, you kind of can see that it's not huge. And I like that, despite I have big hands. But I like being able to get around the kit, and the feel in my hands with these. The speed I can achieve with them, even though they're heavier. And again, the durability. So I don't know if you can see this, right? But I recorded 4 covers yesterday, one of which I think got copyright blocked, so you probably won't see it if you're here in the U.S. Don Henley tune. Which is unfortunate. But I was using these on the 4 tracks I recorded yesterday, which you'll be seeing over the next week or 2 or whatever. The Heart of Rock and Roll, right, which is a fast-moving song. And you can kind of see how chewed up these get, but they're so strong that these haven't cracked and aren't breaking. And I guarantee you, if I was playing hickory sticks, because I play really hard, I pound the drums, I play with a lot of energy and a lot of passion, and I'm kind of a clubber, not the most finesse of players. And part of that also is because I'm playing with headphones that I can dial up or dial down, and so I can spin up my intensity. If I was playing with a band, I might dial it back a little bit because they generally don't like the drums to overpower the rest of the band. Despite what us drummers necessarily want. But so that said, I play these oak sticks for durability purposes. Again, I really like the size of these sticks in terms of the feel. And I generally like the oak tips. The reason I prefer these now compared to, gosh, I think these are like nylon tips or plastic. I don't know what they're made of now, but these kind of tips have a brighter sound that might cut through a little bit more on top of a hi-hat or on top of a cymbal, maybe on top of the bell on the ride, than an oak would. But I find that given the way I play, they tend to crack and fly off. And the last thing I want is to lose an eye. But in all seriousness, they just crack and break, given how hard I play them. I have that happen every now and then with the wood tips, but it's pretty infrequent. And so that's why I'm playing the wood tips. And in fact, I could give you just a small sample. And again, this is through a clip mic, but the sound of the ride with the oak tip and with the nylon. You can hear it's just a little bit brighter, a little bit louder maybe with this. Slightly more muted with the oak tip. And so some songs I will switch it up, and I think I do have some oak. These are PW5BNs that I'll play, and I have some PW74Ns too that are oak ProMarks that I'll play. So the 747N is, I think, the same size as the one with the oak tip I play. So I do break those out for certain songs where I really want to get that crisp, maybe slightly brighter sound on my cymbals. Ordinarily, though, 9 times out of 10, I'm playing with the oak tip. Just again from a durability standpoint, and that's really it. I mean, even if I were to look at some of these, so what I've got here, right? These rock ends are huge, right? They're massive. They're actually really long too. I think they might be a little bit longer than my sticks. Yeah. So they're long and really fat, and so I think they're just weighty and big, and I can't be as fast with them. They don't feel great. And then there's these 2BNs, so you can see you got the rock end, you got the 2BN, I think that's not a 5, right? And then somewhere, yep, I got the extreme 5BNs. So I was playing with these early on. You can kind of get a handle for things there compared to the sticks I do play, which are these on top. they're just much bigger sticks, and I was breaking them far too often for me to be pleased, right? So I got, I just have a ton of these down here. I'll probably give them away or something. I don't know. But so there's those. And then I've just got, I did try these ProMark Classic 5A fire grain sticks, which I think came out this year. These are hickory. ProMark claims, and it could just be marketing, that this fire tempering process they put the stick through, in addition to making the stick look cool, right, which was probably the biggest thing, they claim that it made the hickory stronger. So I played these, and then I got pissed off because these tips started marking up my cymbals. And I play these unfinished cymbals that I never polish. And the last thing I wanted was a bunch of dark, sort of marks all over these cymbals, even though they've been hit a lot and they're marked up. On some of my like crash cymbals, I'd get almost a line on the cymbal. And I didn't want that. So you can see I was playing these for a little while. This one's pretty chewed up. It held up okay. But yeah, I'm done with these, which is disappointing because I think I bought like 3 pairs of those. So that's frustrating. But anyhow, those are the sticks I tend to play. I've got some other ProMarks here that are larger, some 5BNs, and some other things. But I'm really locked into the Neil Peart PW747Ws. Now what's fun is these are sticks from when I was in high school, and it's interesting to see how they've changed, and what I played then and what I play now. So a couple things here. This is like a new pair. These are probably, I don't know, maybe a collector's item of Yamaha. Let's see what it says here. Schmidt's Backstage, which is cool because I bought my first kit at Schmidt Music. So maybe Schmidt Music, I don't know how big they are. I thought they were only in Minnesota, but regardless, had these Yamaha rock, or at least maybe Yamaha was branding them for music stores. I don't know. It's special hickory made in the USA. So rock sticks, they're absolutely massive. These are huge sticks. Massive. And I guess I was playing these a little bit when I was in high school. I've got a pair here that are kind of abused slightly. They look like they held up okay, but you can see I played them so much, like the logos and stuff are pretty worn off. And then what's also cool, right, is that I was playing some ProMarks back in the day, the new generation Rock 747s. I think these are oak, yeah. So I was actually playing oak even back in high school, probably again for the durability. And you can see these are chewed up. I have not played these since high school, but look at that. I don't know if you can see that divot and that wear right in there, and again, they didn't break. And both of these have a lot of wear like that. And then this is, I think, an equivalent pair of ProMark Rock 747s. You can see I played them so much that the handles are really smooth. But again, a little bit chewed up. These had the nylon tips on them, teardrops or whatever you want to call them. So that's what I played back in the day, and it's funny because as I was, getting back into drumming and running down to the shop and buying sticks and trying different sizes, I just ended up gravitating back to this, the 747, which is just about the same size. It's basically the same stick, in oak, and I don't know, Neil Peart's probably getting a cut from every pair of sticks I buy. Much as I respect him, I'm not buying these because his name's on them. It's just really, they're a great stick to play with. And if you haven't tried them, I encourage you to give them a shot. I'm not getting anything for that pitch. All right, that's about it. Let me cut this short because my last episode was a mile long. And for those of you who stayed with me, thank you. Please do drop comments or questions in the section below the video. And again, I really am curious, what do you play most frequently? I recognize some people tend to play, switch it up depending on what they're playing. And so that's cool, but what do you play most often and why? Thanks for tuning in. Have a good week.